Hello, thank you for tuning in to Unlimited. I'm Walter from Unlimited, and this is your Wrestlemania 2000 throwback review. Now, the show emanated from Anaheim, California, and it's sort of infamous for being the only WrestleMania with no traditional one-on-one matches. Everything was either a tag match or a gimmick match. And you'll see how that turns itself out. So let's kick things off with the first match, and that was Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan versus The Godfather and D'Lo Brown. I mean, it's what you can just see who's in this match and you'll know what to expect. It was short. It was there. Boss Man and Bull Buchanan won. This was, I think, just a little bit before Bull Buchanan joined Right to Censor. And yeah, and then we had the Hardcore Battle Royal for the Hardcore Championship, where Hardcore Holly won when he wasn't supposed to, because the referee started the count too early. The concept was, whoever got the last fall in the 15-minute period was the Hardcore Champion. And Crash was the champion, and Hardcore broke like this jar of candy over his head. And what was supposed to happen was 1, 2, and then time runs out. But what ended up happening was 1, 2, 3, time runs out. The referee literally started counting too early, and the outcome of the match was botched. Then we have Test and Albert versus Al Snow and Steve Blackman. Al Snow and Steve Blackman were a weird duo. I get what they were going for, but it didn't necessarily work. And then we had one of the couple highlights of the show, and boy was it a highlight. Edge and Christian against the Hardys, against the Dudleys, in a triangle ladder match. This match was insane. It introduced tables to the mix. It was the breakout match for all three teams in the WWF. The Dudleys had broken out years before in ECW. But the things these 6 guys put their bodies through was insane. Like spots off the ladder, spots through tables, spots off the ladder through tables. And in the end, Edge and Christian won, which started the catalyst for their heel turn, and their heel run was great. So yeah, great match. Great match. Then we had Terry Runnels versus the Cat in a cat fight next. And that was the only 1 versus 1 match on the entire show. Then we had Chyna and Too Cool versus Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Perry Saturn, the Radicals. One night, you have Chyna fighting them and beating them. And then the next night, after this whole feud, she joins them. I fail to see where that makes sense. And then we get in another highlight of the show, Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle in a 2-fall double title triple threat match. First fall for the Intercontinental title, second fall for the European title, which was a really neat concept. Really good match. All 3 of these guys always worked well together. And Chris Benoit ended up getting the win in the first fall. Jericho in the second, even though Jericho would lose the title the next night to Eddie Guerrero. And yeah, good match. And then we had Kane and Rikishi versus X-Pac and Road Dogg, where Kane and Rikishi won, but the highlight was Pete Rose coming out to try and get his revenge and getting tombstoned again. Then we go to the main event. And it is Triple H versus The Rock versus Mick Foley versus The Big Show. A McMahon in every corner because everything has to involve the McMahons. Stephanie with Triple H, Vince with The Rock, Linda with Mick, and Shane with Big Show. And instead of doing what the logical thing to do would have been put over The Rock, he's the biggest star the company has right now since Austin's out. No, you don't put over your biggest star at the biggest event of the year. You use it as a catalyst for more McMahon bullshit. And Vince turns on The Rock and helps Triple H win, only for Triple H to lose the next month. Like, does that make sense to anybody? And then even after The Rock won it the next month, The Rock lost it the next month, won it back a month later. Like, don't play hot potato so bad with your biggest title. And that was my review of WrestleMania 2000. I have been Walter from Unlimited. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at Unlimited1. Join the Unlimited Facebook group page where you can join in the discussion and you can post questions for Q&As when they're posted. You can see when we're going to upload content. You can see information about podcasts. And until then, I will see you later.